We also have Jason Kelce from the Philadelphia Eagles, their center, brother to Travis Kelce, who's playing for the Chiefs. He's their tight end, obviously, playing in the Super Bowl coming up here. So we'd like to get his thoughts on the big game, as he's won a Super Bowl, was one of my teammates in Philly. You're going to love him. He's right up your alley, dude.
Dude,
he's funny.
He's
spontaneous.
What's his
he's
sense of humor like?
It's perfect. You guys will totally
like mine,
vibe.
just filthy, like a fourth grade.
He can go anywhere. He's
oh, good.
He's versatile.
Our guest today, Philadelphia Eagles center and Super Bowl champ, the pride and joy of Westlake, Ohio, and former baritone sax player, Jason Kelce.
I didn't even know that. Baritone sax?
Baritone sax. Baritone
Whoa.
sax. Although I do want to say this. I'm pride and joy Cleveland Heights. Just shout out to Cleveland Heights.
Cleveland Heights, what did I say?
I was born in Westlake, so that's what all my
C Heights?
You're good.
I guess you give a shout out to where you grew up, not where you were born, right?
Yeah.
Nobody remembers the hospital.
I spent however long my mom was in labor in Westlake.
Wow.
That's about it.
How long was it?
I don't know. It was a C-section. I know that.
Mine too.
My head was so big, they thought I was going to be like mentally handicapped.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
oh, wow.
They put a helmet on you when you came out?
3 months after I was born, our pediatrician, she thought she saw me behaving weirdly. She gives me to go get an MRI, and they said like the spaces in my brain were too large and my head was too big. And then like my dad's flipping out. My mom is like saying that these people don't know what they're talking about.
Classic
these
mom.
Doctors, yeah. And then an older doctor comes in, like just kind of swaggers on in. He's like, did anybody measure the dad's head? And then they measure my dad's head, and like, oh. He's like, now doesn't it make sense if the dad's got an abnormally large head that there'd be more space in the brain for it to expand?
Oh my God.
And then he said, your kid's gonna be fine.
Little did they know.
Yeah.
Turn out the way you did.
Yeah, so really the younger doctors are correct.
Your poor parents. Feel bad for
Did
them.
your pops play football?
He played high school ball.
Yeah.
He blew out his knee his like senior year. My uncle on my mom's side really is where we get all my brother and I's like athleticism from.
But who's more athletic, you or your brother? You. Just say it.
I mean, I don't think there's a question in my mind, Travis.
But you ran a 4.89 40.
Definitely Travis.
Oh, wait, he's a better rapper?
Travis is a better anything hip hop culture related. Yeah.
Are you more of a country guy?
I like to say I'm eclectic. I like pretty much all genres. I think there's good music in all genres, and there's shite music. Am I allowed to swear in that?
Yeah. Say whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, there's shit music in every
swear all
genre.
the time. Poop.
There's so I think
You bounce around. You're like Eminem, then maybe some Tony Braxton, then maybe some Bare Naked Ladies.
I mean, as long as yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like some '90s throwbacks for sure. But,
come on.
I think
I knew you guys would get along, and I hate it, dude. I hate it.
I think as long as the music comes from like an authentic place,
yes, sure.
I think it's going to be good usually.
Like Chumbawamba.
Yeah.
What's the last concert you saw? Dude, if you dude, as much as you want to knock Chumbawamba, the message is you get knocked down, what do?
You get back up again.
Wow.
I wish we could end on that.
Do we need to license a song?
No, we didn't sing it, we just said it. Wait, what's the last concert you've been to?
Pissing the night away over with the Chumbawambas.
Oh my God, dude. Now I know we're duetting and karaoke next week.
Anyways, okay. The last concert I went to was either a War on Drugs concert in Philly. I went to Connor Barwin's charity benefit.
Oh, he had his thing. Tell him thanks for the invite. Went to one show, never back.
I don't know, man. I go all over the place.
How do things change after winning the Super Bowl in Philly? Is it keys to the city? Like already, I feel like you're a pretty popular player and like man of the people.
The speech you gave
It changed everything for sure.
It did, huh?
Yeah, I was always a pretty well-known player in Philly because Philly's a pretty diehard fan base, and then also like more so than other fan bases, I think they appreciate like trench play more. Like, I think there's a lot of fan bases that don't know anything about O-line or D-line. Sure. Philly there's a lot of guys that love the offensive line play. So I've always been a well-known player, but then the speech just because my face was there.
The face, the outfit.
Yeah,
your voice.
So awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, take us through that. I'm sure you've talked, the
speech or the whole day?
I mean, fuck, how much time do we got?
Yeah, right.
So you did the parade,
and then the moment. So we were all
talk about the outfit. How did you get the outfit?
So the outfit, hairdresser Libby. Right? Do you remember Libby? She used to cut hair in the in the back. So Libby, her husband Bobby, has been a mummer for a long time.
Okay.
And I'm sitting there with my wife Kylie like 2 days before it. I'm like, you know what I don't know what I'm going to wear. Chris is talking about dressing up in this Iverson and fur coat thing.
Right.
Guys are talking about wearing throwback jerseys, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And I was like, I think it'd be cool to do.
It's incredible.
Yeah. We'll pull it up again.
Yeah, Chris kills it.
Okay, go ahead.
So we hit up Libby because my wife reminds me that Bobby's been a mummer for a long time, and I'm like, is there any chance anybody about as big as me has like a green, like flamboyant, like mummer's outfit, right?
Bright.
And sure enough, one of their sax guys, saxophone players in their string band had one. He's about the same size, like 6'4", 280. So that's how I got the outfit. And there's like a
holy shit, dude! The hat.
Yeah.
That's genie status.
It's unbelievable. It was one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
So it was fun.
I was so happy for you. And for the city, like just if you've been in Philly, it was a short stint for me, but just being around one of the anchors of the team, it was you, they bring in guys like Chris Long, but, Brandon Graham, Vinny Curry, guys who had been around for a while, Lane, Jason Peters, like.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
What did that feel like? I mean,
it was a special year. I think like you hit the nail on the head. We had a lot of like entrenched guys that had been there for a long time. We had a coming up of like some young talent starting to really play a little bit better, and then we brought in the right veterans. And each room kind of had
Nelson balled that year.
Nelson balled out, and a lot of the reason why he and Alshon played well is because like Torrey Smith was in that room. I thought he was a great personality. Like every room kind of had like the right chemistry of like young, old,
that's hard, man.
Energetic, seasoned, and it always also helps, as you know, whenever you're winning. Like
of course, it covers up all the warts. I get it. After the first 2 games, we really, we jumped out, and I think we went like a 9-game run. Yeah. And you took on that underdog mentality, Lane, and the whole mass thing.
I think we're the first #1 seed in the playoffs to ever be not favored in every single playoff game.
Yeah.
So
at what point does it turn for the whole team and everyone's in the locker room looking at each other like, we kind of got a good group here, this is pretty special?
We kind of knew we had something special going on, and then when Carson went down and then Foles had to come in there, everybody kind of like almost like energized it even more because then everybody was like, okay, they're done, like stick a fork in them. And our defense was like, one of the best defenses.
Malcolm was playing his butt off.
They were playing well.
Fletch.
The defensive line was killing it. We felt like we had a great offensive line, and we had like a three-headed running back committee that year. Even though Sproles went down early, but then Corey Clement came in and played really well with Jay Ajayi and LeGarrette Blount.
Yeah.
So we felt like we had like all these pieces. And Nick Foles had played good football in the NFL before.
Sure has.
But people are trying to also write this narrative that you guys are down and
out.
out.
We're done.
And you can't help but pay attention to that, right?
For sure. No, I think that, we still have to go out there and prove that we can get it done. It took us a couple weeks even when Nick went in there. It
was a transition period, I agree.
It was lucky that it kind of happened the way it did, so Nick kind of had time to build the rapport with the receivers.
Because the first 2 games weren't perfect.
No, and then the credit to the coaches too, because like we completely went into plays that were for Nick.
You guys were running the flat path, 246, 247.
Similar, all about that, yeah.
And I didn't see that a ton earlier in the year, boom, but Nick was comfortable doing it. The RPO stuff, he killed it, and then he has those Nick Foles plays, Big Dick Nick, right?
Yeah, dude. No, I've heard some stories. Every time I play the Helium Comedy Club in Philly, dude, there's like a staff member, they talk about the guys coming in. By the way, a lot of people asked, I don't know if you've been there, but people were just like, dude, you think Jason's coming through? Like, I don't know, you just got this sensibility that's conducive for being out and about. And I was like, I don't know, man, I've never met him. I'm trying to meet him at the Pro Bowl. And we didn't even have the show yet, and I was already thinking about that. So when your QB goes down, what are those first conversations like with you and Nick?
Well, right on the sideline in the middle of the game, like in LA, you're trying to just catch them up with what's been going on all game, the different pressures you've been getting, what they've been doing as a defense. And then the first thing I like to do now is bring the quarterback that's coming in over and have him do a couple cadences just so the rest of the guys can hear his rhythm, get a couple snaps, and then you're out there playing. But then after that, obviously, there's communication between the center and quarterback all week on how you're going to do things, where you're going to set protections. It's like, okay, are you comfortable being hot over here? Do you want me to flip it? Things like that. And that all obviously happens with Nick. And some quarterbacks, like Carson's very active in controlling that. Like he is very active in the protections portion, whereas Nick is kind of the mentality of a
Guys pointing in the right direction. If I need to change it, I'll change it.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna take a look at the back end for the most part.
Yeah.
So it was fun, man. I mean, I love playing with both those guys. They're both kind of different personalities, but they both lend themselves to being successful. I was really happy for Nick, especially with kind of the way his career went to start, and then he goes to St. Louis, and it was a bad situation, doesn't work out.
He was ready to quit.
He was.
He was almost done.
And he goes back with Big Red, the guy that drafted him in the first place, and KC kind of gets that itch to keep playing, and then comes to Philadelphia with Doug and all of us, and about his storybook of an ending for him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still playing, obviously, but in Philly at least.
I hate the Patriots more than anything. If somebody told me, hey, Adam, would you rather have your parents get back together or have the Patriots lose the Super Bowl? I'd say, dude, let's see Brady cry on national TV. Fucking my parents ain't going to work out. We know that. We went to Disneyland. They tried to patch it together.
No,
it didn't work out.
We're not going to get Brady on the show.
But it's all good. Hey, I'm a fan.
Yes,
I'm a fan.
right.
I speak from my heart. But I was in Shibuya, Japan, doing shows for the troops at a Hooters.
Shibuya, Japan?
Yeah, dude, watching you guys fucking win, and it was, this bar in the Hooters was going bonkers. It was fucking Hooters in Shibuya.
Wow.
Japan.
Yes.
Put that on the bucket list.
How does Hooters look in Japan?
Dude, awesome.
Japanese?
Awesome, dude. And I'm telling you, there was the energy in this Hooters, I think was comparable to like an Oprah taping.
Yeah.
It was just like people were losing their fucking minds.
Do they have like different menu items?
Oh yeah, dude. A lot of Philly fans. People, and then, by the way, it was 8:30 in the morning. We landed, just the time difference.
Yeah.
I could not have been more jacked up for that game. And in that bar again, the energy was electric. So I can only imagine what it was like in that stadium on the field. Can you just like give us some description of the emotions and I know
so the whole game you're trying to keep your emotions down, right? So
And just play.
The worst thing you can do is get super energetic, and that's what lends you to making mistakes. You're not focused on what you need to focus on. We kind of saw that with the Chiefs versus Texans in like the first quarter of the playoffs. I felt like they had way too much energy, and there's special teams, drop passes, all that stuff. So that was our big message as a team leading into it, was just do everything that got us here, and as long as you do your job, when the play comes, you're going to make it. And I'll never forget that last throw. Tom Brady drops back, throws it into the end zone, and like those freaking movies where like it like slows down, and it's all of a sudden like real life. Like you're just watching this ball, and it feels like it's in the air forever. It falls. I don't hear a whistle or anything. I just know it's incomplete. I'm running on the field looking for flags. Like there's no way that this just
I love it. Looking
happened.
for making sure.
Yeah, I'm like, dude,
looking for flags.
There's got to be like, it can't be over. And sure enough, it's over. And you're crying with a bunch of other grown men. And
it's beautiful.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy.
What's the first thing you think of? Like, I don't know, you flash back to your childhood and playing ball with your brother, like as a kid? Like, where do you?
Not then, not in that moment, but I will say, and this is a big reason why the speech ended up becoming something, is that all week leading up to the game, at least, I don't know, this is the way I was, I'm like reminiscing of like everything that I've done to like get to this moment, and everything that like, with my brother growing up in college, and everything, right?
Saxophone lessons.
That's right.
I didn't think too much about it.
All right.
I do love my sax teacher, Brett Baker, shout out. But in the moment, you're just completely with it, with the guys that are on the field. This is something that all these guys have like worked so hard for. You've all like been living with each other pretty much for 4 or 5 months at that point. So that's kind of what it is immediately. And then the next couple nights, I'm like lying awake, I'm thinking about selfishly like what I've been through to get there, to like win the Super Bowl. And then it's like easy to see the correlations with everybody else, and that's kind of what happened with the whole beginning of the speech, at least.
The speech, did you prep any of that, or was it just all like?
I mean, I didn't need to prep. I mean, so I was prepping it like thinking I had lived it, right? So I'm like living my whole portion of it, and then I'm thinking about other guys like at 2 or 3 in the morning, and I'm like waking my wife up to like, what do you think of this? Like, and she's like go to bed.
She's like, number one, change the outfit.
I was like, this is gonna be good. I was like, I think this is good. And she's like, what do you? But
I could just see you in the house like that.
Dude,
that's really
You
fun.
practice in front of the mirror?
No. I'm just literally just lying in bed. I'm thinking about everything I've overcome, everything everybody else has overcome, and then it's easy to correlate that to a city that's been looking for a championship, or a Super Bowl at least, for its entire organizational career, and a fan base that's been looking for it.
Dude, I put it up there with the Al Pacino Any Given Sunday speech, dude. Like, I would rival.
Yeah, it's so weird. I have like a weird, because guys play that like pregame sometimes on like speakers. And I'm like, at one time, I'm like, man, this is a great speech. But on the other side of me, I'm like, man, this is make believe. Like, this isn't real.
They didn't even win.
Whoa. It's real. It's real. All movies are real. Harry and the Hendersons is based on a true story. John Lithgow hit a Sasquatch. End of conversation. Wait, so how many people? What's that?
That was a great speech.
It was your speech. How many people hit you up? Because I'm always fascinated by big moments and the people that come out of the woodwork, but also like family, friends. That shit went viral, obviously. So how many?
Instantly.
Were you just getting blown up?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, blown up ridiculously, and probably. I mean, I don't even think I got back to like the majority of people.
You can't.
No, it's.
Any that stuck out? Old teachers, friends that were just like, man, you inspire me to.
Not really, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I'd be lying.
Justin Bieber.
I wish.
You wish. Yeah, right.
Biebs, hit him up.
Biebs, come on, dude. We know you were inspired.
Okay, tell me about the watch, because I know you share such a moment. It's the culmination of all that hard work. So you share this with other players, right?
Yeah. So I'm not into watches at all. As a matter of fact, the way this whole thing started, we're in a mall and Bo Allen is looking for a watch. I'm like, dude, what do you want to watch? It's just like it's just jewelry at this point.
Right.
Like, you look at your phone to look at the time.
Right.
Right? Like nobody uses a watch
function of
for
it,
right?
of
Okay.
course.
By the way, this could not feel like more like the beginning of a QVC ad selling watches, where you're like, tell me about the watch. And like, well, I'm not usually a watch guy, but this shit is fucking.
Says the guy with the Rolex.
Yeah. But anyway,
So I'm like jabbering him, saying, "Well, you want a $15,000 bracelet and go for it." But I'm making fun of him, and then all of a sudden after the Super Bowl, we're like, Bo wanted a watch, and Selleck really wanted to do the Rolex along with Chris Long. I'm like, you know what? I've never wanted to buy one, but I'll buy one now.
Right.
Like, I'll do it for this, because then it has meaning behind it.
Sure.
And we thought that like a bunch of guys were gonna jump on and like join us, and it just ended up being pretty much us four. And then
it's like when you jump up.
We're like, dude, everybody's gonna think this is sick, and then nobody else did it. I think Doug ended up doing it. I think Jeannie ended up.
But you want something to symbolize the experience, right? Like that's it.
Well, you can't wear
Your Super Bowl
a Super Bowl
ring,
ring, right? Like you wear that around, you kind of either you look like a douche, or it's
I would gladly wear it for you.
Obnoxiously too big.
Yeah.
Like it gets in the way.
It is, huh?
Dude, mine always did.
Yeah.
Too soon.
But the watch is. I mean,
that's awesome.
You can kind of always wear that.
And what was on the inside? You got the.
Yeah, I got. So we didn't want to do too much to the outside. We wanted to keep it looking as much like a Rolex, like inconspicuous. But there's a Super Bowl 52.
The Philly green, nice.
Yep.
Mark, here's your QVC watch
Send it
cam.
in here.
Super Bowl watch cam.
We got watches, folks. We got watches.
If you guys call right now, we'll throw in, Jason, you have a beard trimmer you're selling too. Is
I do,
that right?
yes.
It's actually
And
a
then-
beard/pube trimmer, but if you guys order right now,
On
there's
the
a
inside,
link on the
I
screen.
don't know if you can see it, but it's got the underdog.
How
guy.
dope is that?
It's pretty sweet, man. Very cool.
So credit goes mostly to.
And the Lombardi Trophy there for the
Selleck.
6 o'clock. That's cool.
Yeah. Those are the only two things we changed on the front.
Awesome, man. But you gave Selleck one?
Selleck bought his own.
Selleck bought one? That's a
Selleck
bummer.
bought his own. He designed most of it.
Oh gosh. Did he or his wife?
Well, no, it's him. We had that refurb. Dude, he's been in everything.
Yeah.
I know.
He was in fashion for a little bit with that refurbished company, and then
Oh God.
he's a jack of all trades.
Yeah. Okay.
King of none.
That's right.
How
Think here.
How much does playing, having a brother that is athletic?
Yeah.
growing up?
Was he at the game? Was he at the game? By the way.
He was at the game in a Jason Kelce jersey.
Are you going in a Travis Kelce
I
jersey?
will be. I was at the championship game in a Travis Kelce jersey.
Yes.
I'm actually very much
love
looking
that.
forward.
I love that. You bring your wife?
Yep.
Awesome.
I think that's the plan right now.
Okay.
We're kind of going back and forth because we have our baby, 3.5 months. We kind of don't know whether we want to take her. We don't. I mean, we haven't left her.
You guys are
that
troopers for
long.
traveling this early.
It's been fun.
But it's work,
It's a
dude.
challenge.
It's
yeah.
work, dude.
Yeah, I had no idea
Oh yeah.
how challenging it was going to be. I legitimately, I'll just have a baby.
By the way, that's probably all dudes.
Yeah, well,
we got this.
Within the first day, you're like, oh my gosh, this is another level of like commitment.
Just go to sleep.
I was like, I don't know. And then the first week, I like called my mom. I was like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm watching what my wife had to do. Like, I had no idea. I was like, this.
Your mom?
Yeah, I had no idea that this is what you had to do.
To your mammary glands.
Yeah, well, just everything.
Sorry about my head.
Sorry, I made you sleep deprived and.
Sorry about my head.
Yeah, sorry about my head.
Yeah.
But it's really Dad's fault.
Yeah, it's Dad's.
Wait, so
Oh my God.
did you and Trav, like how much, when did sports become like just a part of the Kelce household, and how much were you guys jamming together? And I'm sure it helped, right, to have a...
Yeah, I think it certainly helped. I think Travis being able to like play from a very early age with me and try and keep up and everything. And I think we were involved with sports like as early on as possible.
That's awesome.
We played as many different sports as possible.
Baseball, basketball.
Yeah, soccer, baseball, basketball, hockey, lacrosse. I did wrestling for a little bit.
Interpretive
karate.
dance.
Never did dance.
Tried
My
to
dad
sneak
wanted
it
to
in.
sign me up for figure skating, and I
Whoa.
there were
You
a
look
couple
like
other,
a figure
you are
skater,
graceful.
though.
There were a couple other really good hockey players that got their start figure skating.
Okay.
Because it makes you an unbelievable skater
Sure,
if you
sure.
do all that. So, but we never did it.
How many battles would you guys have in the backyard, front yard?
Quite a few, yeah. We had a lot of fun. Well, I had a lot of fun being the older brother.
Beating his ass. I love it.
I competed in pretty much everything. I still remember the first day he was always a more skilled basketball player than me. I was just, when I was taller and bigger, I could beat him.
Yeah.
And then the first day that I think he was like a freshman in high school, and I was a junior in high school, and he like had just started to become taller than me.
Yeah.
And he was fucking doing this hook shot that I could not fucking stop.
Sounds like it didn't bother you at
Oh,
all.
I was furious. So I just started fouling the crap out of him. And he's screaming, "Yeah, it's a foul." I'm like, how's any refs out here? So he throws the ball at me, goes inside. I go in there and I punch him.
Yes.
In the face.
That's a brother move.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I only did it twice. The first time I had permission from my parents to punch him. And then I punched him in the face, and my mom said, "Not in the face!"
If you make a T-shirt with your mom's face going like this and it says "not in the
face,"
I would
yes.
buy 6 tomorrow.
Yes, not in the face. So, and then we flash forward. This is his freshman year. So every time I had punched him up until that point, even if it was on the arm, it would be like cry, like whatever. There wasn't like a retaliation.
Sure.
He took it like a champ and scooped me up and slammed me on the ground.
Whoa.
Like WWE style. And then I got up and beat the crap out of him. It was impressive. And then the fight ended with my dad grabbing me and holding me like this. My brother pushes me back. I fall on my dad. And my dad's screaming about his rib being broke. So that was my last fight with my brother.
Oh my God. Do you guys keep in touch a lot during the season? Is it pretty
Not as much.
tough, right?
Yeah, I mean, every once in a while, like if something special happens or you get to catch one of the games because the time difference or they're playing like a Monday, you might reach out, but we don't keep in touch as much as we probably should. We actually talk more in the off season, I would say.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I was going to say, people probably assume that, like, oh, you guys probably talk every day and, like, share
Oh,
stories.
what did the Seahawks do to you guys?
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
playing them this week. No, I don't do that. I wouldn't trust my brother if he told me a piece of information on a team. I would still trust the tape.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
Do you have, you said you're pumped to go to the game, obviously. Like, I'm sure you know who your pick is, but how much of a fan do you get to be in moments like this and when you're watching, and is it, and do you allow yourself to be, or are you just so dialed in with X's and O's and being a participant?
How do you watch him? Are you like just focused on him, or are you seeing
I
it from your
still
perspective?
usually watch the line, to be honest with you. And then I'll every once in a while I'll key on him in passing situations when I don't want to watch these guys pass block or. But I'm still because I'm so tuned into watching
Of course.
the line
Programmed.
play. Yeah. But for this game, obviously it's easy. The team I want to win are the Chiefs. I love Andy Reid. I love my brother.
That's right.
I got a lot of connections with people there.
Shady.
Shady
Could get his first Super Bowl.
That would be
That'd
pretty
cool.
pretty awesome.
Did you guys didn't play the Niners this year?
We didn't, but I'm actually, and this is where it's kind of like a catch-22 because I love watching the Niners and what
Yeah.
Kyle Shanahan's done, and 44 Juszczyk, I think what he does for
Dude.
that whole offense is pretty phenomenal.
great.
He's a really good player.
Do you think my Hawks could have given them a better run than the Packs did?
Oh God. And the Packers.
Better game? Or do you think we were just too depleted?
Well, the Hawks have a little bit better defense, but I don't think anybody would have stopped the 49ers.
They're rolling.
They're rolling.
They're rolling. They're playing really well. Your only hope, I think, if the Chiefs get up early on them and make them kind of one-dimensional, kind of eliminate that misdirection
Yeah.
a little bit and make them throw it a little bit more, that's going to be their. It could get ugly if that happens.
I feel like the Chiefs, their deals, like they got to come from behind. Like that's their new.
That's
thing.
what they've done, right? Yeah. But they're so explosive that they're
Yeah.
going to be in the game no matter what. I mean, we saw that with the Texans up 24.
Yeah.
Granted, O'Brien kind of helped them out with that
Dude,
fake
they got a
punt
freaking
or whatever.
4x4 track team out there at
It's
receiver,
unbelievable.
man.
The speed is crazy.
And your brother's perfect for that. That's
Yeah, they kind of let my brother do what he needs, and then those other guys are just.
it's incredible.
It's a fun offense to watch. I'm assuming it's going to be a great Super Bowl to watch.
Sure
A little
hope
bit
so.
different than last year's, I bet.
Yeah.
No doubt. No doubt.
Can we do a quick rapid fire question thing before we
Shoot.
wap up with you?
Yeah.
I just got a few quick questions.
Oh God.
Just
Oh,
be
God.
like a one-word answer, basically.
One word answer.
And feel free to tell them to eat shit. And
All right.
Yeah, feel free to say, hey man, I
Two
don't really
words.
know you. Like, Mark is my in here, and stand up and walk out. And
Flip
give me
the
like
table.
the Patagonia peace sign on the way out. The double peace.
Patagucci, baby.
The Patagonia, yeah. Chicken or steak?
Steak.
Hug or high five?
Hug.
Liar.
Home game or away game?
Home game.
Run block or pass block?
Run block.
Yeah.
Easy.
That's why it sucks.
Favorite pregame song to listen to?
Ooh.
Oh man, that one's changed throughout the years. I would say currently, "Money for Nothing" by the Dire Straits.
Whoa.
My dad used to do this thing when we were growing up where it has like a really long drum
Yeah.
intro, and he would start to like crank the volume while the drum intro was coming.
That's cool.
So I kind of brought that back this year.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's great.
Go-to celebration dance?
The power spike. Pretty standard offensive lineman move.
Such a good move. Do you like watching the Chiefs do that, by the way?
Yeah.
They run over and give the guys
give the ball,
Or
yeah.
excuse me, the Niners.
Yeah, where they run over, give the O-line
O-line the ball?
some love.
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Nelson gave me one time.
Nice.
It's always nice.
It feels good, right?
Feels great. Feels really good. Feels like they're like, oh, we appreciate you. Here
Yeah.
you go. I like that more than the choreographed dances,
Oh,
which we
that's
got
good to know.
big into.
Yeah,
for
you
a
guys
little
got
bit.
really big into them.
So big that I would just kind of, because I wasn't on field goal, the moment we scored, I would just kind of sneak off to the side. I don't want to do
you
this.
guys.
Like, I'm gonna let you guys do this.
Yeah. Favorite post-game beverage? After a win?
A nice, I'll go light beer.
Nice.
It's too hard to go straight into an IPA. You want to kind of rehydrate the system. So
Nice, dude. I like that.
Scientific approach. I love it.
sometimes you mix some whey protein in with it.
Favorite
done
post?
And back with meatheads.com.
Do you talk on planes after games, or are you I stay to myself, read my book, listen to podcasts?
No, I perseverate after games. I like talk to everybody who's willing to talk, especially after losses.
What'd you think? What'd
Yeah.
you think?
Dude, what happened on this one? Do you remember when this guy did this and what happened here and why did that happen? Like
people
that?
I wanted to let you say it. I didn't know what you were going to say,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, that's
he was
where-
definitely.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do people respond to that?
Yeah,
I
usually,
loved it,
Yeah, I
by
only
the
do it
way.
with guys who like to,
Yeah.
who want to talk ball. So I wouldn't do it to like somebody who's like, dude, I'm trying to sleep, and I'm like, all right.
No, I love that though. Because here's a 3 technique. What did you think? What did you see?
Yeah.
I'm like, wow. I mean, it's okay. It wasn't a great play, but we got a game next week, so.
Yeah, it's over. So
Do you play?
So funny.
Do you play video games?
growing up,
Yeah, or still now, currently?
What's that
how do you
stupid
wind
hockey
down?
game?
Wayne Brewski, baby. Wayne Gretzky
Gretzky.
3D Hockey 98. Yeah.
Wayne Gretzky.
Nintendo
3D hockey
64,
90. Oh
Nintendo
my
64 hockey game. We made a drinking game off of it in college.
God. And they call it
a
Wayne
lot of
Brewski.
fun.
I don't drink beer, so it was awful.
What was
I
the
hated
game?
it.
Pretty simple. Everybody has a
play
can
the
of
game and
beer. Yeah, everybody has a can. So it's 2v2 arcade style, 3-on-3 on the screen in the game, and it's a high-scoring game, fast-paced. And basically, everybody has a can or a bottle of beer. Every time the other team scores, the opposing team has to drink, right? And you can drink as much or as little as you want.
Yeah.
But the moment a player on the other team gets a hat trick, you have to finish whatever in your beer, right? And both players get hat tricks every single game because it's a high-scoring deal.
Yeah.
So really the key is to try and get you and your partner to 2 goals so you can hit hat tricks back to back. So that you're making your buddies chug a beer.
Yeah.
Dude,
and the games happen quick. I
disaster.
mean, the game's over in less than 10 minutes.
I hated
fun,
it.
dude.
I hated it.
Why didn't PlayStation jump on board and try, or 64, try to parlay this into a tournament of sorts?
It's Nintendo. They got a lot of children and stuff.
Kids are buzzkills for drinking games.
Exactly. And if it's a fight, everybody has to drink while the fight's going on.
Oh,
So you just like mash buttons while everybody's chugging.
Where'd you go to college again?
Cincinnati.
Cincy.
These are the type of games you play in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Oh, I've been to Cincy.
Yeah.
It's the amount of I went to one house party in Cincy after a show, and I mean the amount of drinking games that I learned just from these guys were. I was like, oh, these
Gotta
guys
get
have been drinking
creative.
since they were 10.
Yes.
And they're just like, yeah, we can play Twister, or we can play Tequila Twister. Like, what the fuck is that? But I'm down.
That's awesome, man.
Final question. Favorite white comedian named Adam that you met 30 minutes ago? And just whoever comes off the top of your head.
Gosh.
Could be anybody, could be the guy.
You don't have to answer.
Yeah, you can think about it. You can email me
I'm gonna
later.
think. I'm gonna email you guys.
Okay, great.
Kels, we appreciate it.
Pleasure to meet you.
Awesome.
Thank you, dude.
Thanks, guys, for having me.
Good man.